Oh, I'm live. I'm live. It may not be after midnight, but it's not far off it anyway. Something like that. Oh, what we got now? Oh, 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 Jesus. Someone's here. Someone's here. Three people are here, yeah. Okay. Good to have you here, who's ever here. What we got now? Twit 1169. Hello. How are you, Twit? Always good to see you, mate. Always good to see you. Okay. Uh, B more, Ron Hayed, France Anthony, Mark Swager, Tony Edwards, Mark Theraponte. Yeah, okay. Hello to you all. Hello to you all. Bertie Bowl, how are you? Richie Blank, Jim Jett, Ian Bowden. Nice to see you here, Ian. So it was ABC 23. Good morning, Ed. I think we call this, if I call this after midnight, something like that. It's not, I don't think it's quite midnight yet, but it's a Thursday night, but it's not far from it anyway. Okay, so locations as far as San Diego, California, and Scotland, and Sydney. Great stuff, great stuff. Great to have you here, everyone. Okay, really great to have you here. Carl Mount, hi Eddie. Yeah. Francis, how are you feeling? I'm feeling like this really. It's late night. I always feel like this late night. I wouldn't say it's a long day, but this is towards the end of the day now. Can I just mention before I go any further? I've always been a bit of a night owl, but recently I've started going to bed a bit earlier. Well, let's put it this way: 2 a.m. is early for me. That's early. It's early for me. That is. But I don't know. I just think I'm falling asleep. Watching movies late at night. Lee Hughes. Okay. Any Lamb's Navy rum? Yeah, there is Lamb's Navy rum. I might manage to get a new bottle of it, but they didn't have the 70 CL bottles. They only had the 35. So whatever. Who's that? Mate. I'm on works account. Just want to know, is it looking forward to a holiday? Baseline Bible. Someone's going on about Christmas, going to Pattaya. Well, Christmas seems like a long way away. I mean, Christmas is probably the most expensive time. That is the peak of the peak. And I've never actually been to Pattaya at Christmas time, but I don't know. I mean, I always think January. I always think January is a really good time. I think that's the best time to go to Pattaya. Christmas time, but I don't know. I know it's a dull answer, but I don't think anyone really knows anything right now. Who knows what state anyway it's going to be 6 months, 7 months from now? Let's have a look now. Okay, 77 people here. Uh, Roy Gold, John T.M. Pattaya, yeah. Mr. Kojak. Mr. Kojak, how are you, Mr. Kojak? Okay. How's the lollipops? I used to love Kojak in the 70s. It was really unique. Do you know something about Mr. Kojak? I don't know if that's your real name. I'd like to think it was. In the 1970s, though, there was all this influx of American detective series, on British television. Because we like Kojak, they brought in so many other American detective series. There was McCloud, Madigan, Starsky and Hutch, of course. Beretta, all these American cops doing their own things. And it used to be Columbo, of course, yeah. And I used to wonder all of these American detective shows that were influxing the TV in the 1970s. I said, Jesus, they've got a strange motley crew of detectives in America. You've got one with the bald head, one with the cowboy hat, one with the glass eye, one of them's in a wheelchair, Ironside. Yeah, America's got a strange bunch of detectives. But yeah, we loved him. Anyway, hi, Mr. Kojak. It's always good to hear from you. Okay. Okay. Tony, I was supposed to work from home, but hardly done anything. Well, it's that kind of, I don't know. I think it's that time right now when I don't think anyone cares about anything right now, do they? Does anyone really? Matthew Snow, UK past the peak. I think you're talking about the virus, yeah. I think some of the virus, uh, it is past the peak, but it's still in a very precarious, very dangerous situation. Now is not the time for, as our beloved Prime Minister Coco the Clown said, um, you know, British people have worked hard in order to get this virus, under control, and now we're not going to throw it all away. And he's quite right. He doesn't say many intelligent things, but at least he said that intelligent. Skippy Gatton, Eddie, have you ever been to Turkey? Yeah, I've been to. I'd say what Turkey is the most underrated, beautiful country probably in the world. Well, I haven't seen all the countries in the world, but Turkey, the landscape is absolutely stunning. Oh, some beautiful mountain scenery and beaches. Turkey's absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, it's quite well known for all those 60-year-old women who go lusting after the young gigolos and whatever. I've been through that. I've done all that before. Done it all. Okay. Listen, it's round about midnight now. It is round about midnight. It's late at night. It's Thursday. It's very, very soon, within minutes, going to be May the 1st, which means that the first third of the year 2020 is drawn to a close. And I think after the first 4 months, the first third of the year, I think we can say at this moment in time that 2020 up to now has been crap. Yeah, it's been a crap year, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a crap year. Whatever you're doing or whatever you are, I think this has been a bit of a crap year up to now. It's been a bit of a crap year. It can only get better. I strongly believe in the law of averages, and I do think that if something gets off to a crap start, then the law of averages says that it will get better. On the other hand on the other side of the coin, if something gets off to a really great start, then it'll probably go downhill. So 2020 has got off to a rubbish start. The first third of the year has not been good. So it's only going to get better, isn't it? It's only going to get better. Okay. What we got now? Okay. Come back to me, chat. I'm still using this very, very, very primitive device here, this Hawaii or whatever the hell it is, tablet. We're still using this device. It seems to work. I've said this before. My main laptop, does all kinds of things, including it makes the bed for me, it cooks me a roast dinner, it does all kinds of things, but it simply will not do the live. It will not allow me to go live for some reason. Which and by the time I eventually get around to doing a live stream late at night, come on, look at the state that I'm in. I mean, I can't really be doing anything. This little old thing here, it's a bit rusty. It's primitive, but it does the business anyway. So let's just get on with it until something better comes along. We need to talk right now. This is a troubled time right now, and it's a troubled time at this moment in time, and it can only get better. And we all need to pull together. And I think my primitive little tablet here is the least of anyone's problems. Okay, let's see. Need more, stay frosty, need more Lamb's Navy rum. I've got some Lamb's Navy rum. I've also got a little surprise for you later on, okay? That's coming soon. Oh, I'm drinking a pint. No, it's not a pint. This is a half pint glass here. I haven't got a pint glass because, what do you think I am, an alcoholic? Okay, if I had a pint glass, I wouldn't fill the pint glass up anyway. I'd only fill the half, because if a pint gets me a significant amount of time to get through, then it's not going to be very cold by the time I get to the end of it. So this is better, because it stays chilled, and then I'll go and get the other half. Okay, where are we? Ian Bowden, did you manage to do any work today, man? I did do some work today. I have been working. I've been working at a relaxed pace. And I've been earning a bit of money. Not a great deal of money, but I don't know, there's not a lot of money around nowadays. There's an almighty recession looming. I've said this before, but I've lived through 3 recessions. I suffered in the first 2. The third one wasn't so bad because I got my act together by then. As for this recession that's coming, this is going to be the 4th recession in my lifetime, and I think it's going to be the mother of all recessions. It's going to be the recession to end all recessions. You know, I could go into a few details about why I think that, but you know, I don't know. It's late at night. Let's not get too deep. Okay, who's yeah, who's that? Richie Blanket. I love your live stream that band, but yeah, okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. I will improve these live streams one way or the other in the future. I have a new mobile phone being delivered within the next couple of weeks. It's a Samsung something good or other. You know, I'm not really up to date on mobile phone. We'll see how that goes anyway. But for now, I think I'll stick with this thing. Yeah. Okay. Oxygen making great strides for the vaccine. Okay. Let's see. What do you think about Sebastian? What do you think about Sweden? I've never been there. I've never been to Sweden. Um, I hear about Sweden nowadays. You know various things what I see in the news. But you know, I grew up with all these romantic images of European countries. Whenever you mention Sweden, I think of beautiful, hot, sexy blondes. ABBA, ABBA. I think of ABBA. I think you know. I think of ABBA winning the Eurovision Song Contest. See that girl, watch that queen, dig in the dance and see, oh my God Almighty! When I used to watch ABBA on Top of the Pops, that blow, and in a way, I used to feel a little bit sorry for the dark-haired one because she was a lovely girl, but it was the blonde one. You know, and yet I believe her name was who got all the attention. You know what I mean? And she was a beautiful singer. Listen, anyone out there who doesn't know ABBA and doesn't know the quality of ABBA, you can get it on YouTube. Go and watch the video of The Winner Takes It All. The winner takes it all. The loser standing small. Oh, she's got a beautiful voice, Henrietta. Okay. Now, what was the question again? Yeah, I think the question was, what do you think of Sweden? I think of ABBA and Volvos. Okay, what do we got now? What do we got? Okay. Let's see now. Okay, where are we going again? Uh, where are we going now? You know, yeah, I like ABBA. ABBA's cool. ABBA's cool. Okay. Let's see. Someone said, I want a job like you, 6 months work and 6 months traveling. Let me tell you right now, it don't seem that way because 2020 is a pretty exceptional year. I don't think I'm going to be doing 6 months traveling. I've already done a few months early on. But the big question is 2020 going to be a write-off as far as traveling is concerned? Nobody knows the answer to this question. I've gone through this before, and nobody knows the answers to it. The thing is, by now, I would have booked a flight, my autumn flight, simply to book the flight and get things on the way, get it in the bag, just to know that it's there. I haven't booked a flight right now, and I've got no intention of booking a flight right now because when I book that flight to Bangkok or whatever I booked that flight to, I want to book that flight, and as soon as it says your flight is confirmed, I want to go, yes! I'm so looking forward to that. It's in the bag. I'm going to Bangkok, whatever the hell I'm going in the autumn time. The countdown begins now, and I can't wait. Okay? Now, that's what I usually do this time of year. I can't do that right now. I just can't do that. Just can't do it. Because when you book a flight now, and you are not booking that flight with enthusiasm, you are booking it with doubt. Tons of doubt. Nobody knows anything. No one knows anything. Who's to say that come the autumn time, things might be okay, but they might still be dreadful. They might even be worse than they are now. Nobody knows anything right now. We just, I think we've all just got to, I don't know, keep in touch with each other and keep talking, and let's just hope for the best. Daniel Mills, definitely a write-off the whole year. I wouldn't argue with that. I wouldn't argue with that, Daniel. I wouldn't argue. I'd love to think. See, the thing is, you've got to be realistic. That's one of my favourite sayings, that you have to be, whatever you do, you have to be realistic. And when you get to my age, I always say that you've got to treat every year as if it's your last one. You've got to live your life to the max. You've got to treat every year as if it's your last one, because you never know. I might drop dead next week or next year or whatever. This is what I've been doing in recent years. Live my life to the max. 5 6 months, maybe even sometime, and maybe even 7 months. 6 months probably average. Traveling a year. Live your life to the max, because you only get one life. I'm not getting any younger, and I want to go out on a. If anything bad's going to happen to me, whether I drop dead of a heart attack or I suffer some terrible physical situation, at least I want to go out on a high note. And this is what's got me about this year, because you just don't know. You just don't know. I may have to accept that. I've got to just play it by ear and keep going this year and not plan anything, just see what happens. I don't really want to accept that. I like to live my life to the max while I've still got my life. But it's a troubled year for all of us. It's a troubled year for all of us. Okay. Who's that? Steady Eddie, greetings from Northern CA. Bobby Webber. Okay, greetings to you, Bobby Webber. ABC123, happy 100th birthday, Colonel. What a good man he is. Yeah, great old man. Brilliant old man. And he lived through the war and everything. For any Americans or Canadians watching, this old British man, he's just turned 100 years old, and he's been doing his bit on TV to encourage people. I haven't followed the news that much, but he's an old war veteran. He's become a bit of a celebrity. Good for him, anyway. Good for him. Okay. Hope all is good. Oliver Parkin. Had a flight to Bangkok booked for April the 11th. Had to rearrange had to rearrange to November. Okay, rearrange to November. This is let me just discuss something. Let me just discuss a little glance at this. I put a few notes here, because I'm so pissed that I just forget about what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, this is a point that's worth making. What's happening right now with this terrible virus and lockdowns and flights cancelled in countries, whatever. There's only one little bit of a luck involved in all of this. The way I see it, you may disagree. There can be any luck, but it's a little bit fortunate that this terrible occurrence has actually happened at the end of the peak season for places like Thailand and other Asian countries. It's happened at the end of the peak season. If it would have happened at the beginning of the peak season, around about November, it would have been far more disastrous, terribly more disastrous if all this lockdown in Thailand took place in the month of April. Really, in late March, April, it's currently going on. So it took place in the month of April. If this lockdown would have taken place in the month of November or December, it would have been far more disastrous, because that is the beginning of the peak season. That is when these countries depend on making the money. So it's, this is, I think it was fortunate in that way that the fact is, people are talking about when are the bars going to open in Pattaya and this, and various other places out in Thailand and other neighbouring countries at this moment in time. Don't forget, those countries are at this moment in time going into their low season. And if you cast your minds back to last summertime, British summertime, July, August, September, whatever. People were going on about how there was no customers there, how all those bars were so quiet. And the reason they were so quiet is because the Thai baht has become so strong that it was frightening all the British and, maybe, other Westerners off. It was becoming unaffordable. Around about last September, people were making videos that there was hardly any tourists in Thailand and the bars were empty because the Thai baht was so strong that people were simply not going there anymore. It was, so it managed to pick itself up. So, but that was the burning issue. a year ago that the Thai baht was making Thailand unaffordable for a lot of us Westerners. Um, so basically, now you've got this virus thing that's got going on, which is really really terrible. But simply what I'm saying is that if that virus had to come in November or December and then gone on for months after that, it would have been far more disastrous for the Thailand tourist industry. Far more disastrous. At least they have had their peak season, probably not as good a peak season as it should have been because of the Thai baht, and it's becoming quite expensive nowadays. But at least they've had the peak season. Don't forget, I mean, people are going on now about, are the bars going to be open and all that. Thailand would have been pretty quiet for the next few months anyway. Not as, not as quiet as if the bars are completely closed, but it still would have been quite quiet. Okay, so a 70 piece on that one. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. You Stay frosty. Ukraine got more affordable, has it? I went to Ukraine some years ago. I thought it was a really nice place, but it's one, it's well, I don't know the ladies scene. In those sorts of places, I really really need to know what I'm doing. Otherwise, I simply don't trust them. There's a lot of rip-off places in those kind of places. I went to Krakow late last summer. I've still got a few videos. I've still got a bit more to say about that place. Be careful you don't get ripped off. What have we got now? Okay. Matthew Snow, how bad do you think the recession will be, Eddie, mate? Okay, I think it will be bad. I think it'll be bad, but I think it'll be disastrous. I think it will be the mother of all recessions. Seriously. I've said this before, I've lived through 3 recessions in my lifetime. This will be the 4th. Just look at it. Just look at it. Airlines having to, shut down. Businesses have to shut down all over the world. It's unsustainable. It's unsustainable. It's going to be the mother of all recessions. What have we got now? Okay. Lawrence Smith. Lawrence, hang on, no, Mark Smith. Come on, Mark Smith. Lawrence, yeah, I left Pattaya on the 19th of March as Eddie arrived on the 17th. Why did you leave, Mark? Have I got BO or something? Is that why you left? Eddie's here. Jesus, that's it. I'm getting out of here. Okay, come on. I'm going to drink a bit more. It's late at night. White Rabbit, do you ever go to Gdansk? No. Is that Poland? I've only been to one place in Poland. That was Krakow. And more to say about that one later. Let's see. Recession of the lifetime. What have we got here? Oh, Mr. Mitch is here. How are you, Mr. Mitch? Always nice to hear from you, Mr. Mitch. How's things in Seattle? You live in Seattle? Yeah. See, I remembered. Mr. Mitch is cool. Always nice to hear from you. Carl Mount, Thai Airways is in trouble. Who else would you fly with? Well, in recent years, I've been flying with EVA Airways, which is Taiwanese, which is a very, very, very similar service, really, to Thai Airways. You can get a direct flight from Heathrow to Bangkok, about 12 hours, for around about 500 English quid. With Thai Airways recently, it was about the same. I think Thai Airways just was fractionally cheaper for some reason. So I opted with Thai Airways, but EVA Airways is a good airline, but EVA recently, Thai Airways this time. When all this is over, when all this is over, let's see what state the airlines are in. Let's see what state they're in again. Who's here? Oh, Steph's here. Cheers, Eddie. Steph Traveller's here. Cheers, Eddie. No more flying this year, I think. How are you, Steph, by the way? Steph, I haven't heard from you for a while. I'm still waiting for you to upload the video on Belgian stew. It looked damn good. Come on, Steph, the Galloping Gourmet. Okay? Steph is the Galloping Gourmet. I want to see that video on Belgian stew. It looks bloody good, it does, okay? We're all coming around to Steph's house. She's cooking for us all. And good to hear from you, Steph, anyway. The cool guy. Mark Smith paid 733 quid in February for Christmas and New Year. you see, Christmas and New Year is an expensive time. I don't go there. Traditionally, I've gone out to Thailand. The first week in January. That's a great time to go out there. Really great time. I've worked a little bit over Christmas and whatever, and made a little bit of money, and then I'm off first week in January. I'm away to the sun. Maybe that'll be the next time I'm abroad. I don't know. I would like to go in this autumn time, but we just don't know how things are doing right now. It's just a nice. I fly either to the Philippines from the States. Best flights. Yeah, I'm glad you like. I'm glad that you like Eva. I didn't know that Eva goes from the States. I didn't know that. It's a Taiwanese airline. Very, very good. Nothing glamorous, nothing over the top special, but it's good anyway. Okay, let's see. What is about BA pulling out of Gatwick altogether and planning to make 25% to the workforce, whatever. Well, I don't like going to Gatwick anyway. I can go to Gatwick, but it's so much hassle. To get from where I live, Heathrow is a doddle. It's very, very easy to get to Heathrow from where I live. It's just not it's a fair distance, but it's very easy for me to get to Heathrow from where I live. But to Gatwick, you have to get another coach and more hassle. Gatwick just seems like a much longer journey, so I don't want to go to Gatwick. Don't want to go there. John Mitch is here. Nice to see you, John. I can well recommend Belgium stew made with dark beer. You've had it, yeah? I'm sure you've had it, John. I'm sure you've had it, yeah? Good for you, mate. Anyway, bloody Belgium stew is good. I need for something different. I've just had a roast dinner anyway, which is very, very nice. But roast dinners are great, but after a while you think it's got to be more to like than that. Okay. Let's see now. Ant is here. Is that Ant? Is it Ant J? Might pull out of Gatwick, not confirmed. No, I think I've met you, Ant, haven't I? Have I met you? I believe I have. I met you in Pattaya, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, it's nice to hear from you anyway. Yeah, Jimmy Tracker, whatever your name is. I quite like Heathrow. Can't complain about an airport with the Weatherspoons. Do you know something? Heathrow Airport, the most famous airport in this country. The legendary airport. It's it's actually not bad value when it comes to food and drinks. You can actually get a pint of Guinness in Heathrow Airport for around the same price, or sometimes cheaper than what you can get it in Thailand, in a bar in Thailand. Heathrow Airport, you can get a pint of Guinness about a fiver, which is not cheap, but it's not really a particularly expensive airport. Okay, let's see, where are we now? Someone just sent me a super chat. Thank you for that. Cheers. Uh, let's see. Good things about air from lots of people. Yeah, you see, we're talking about airlines now. Chappie there, Richard Bland. All right, cheers, Richard. Thank you for that. Well, let's see. Let's see now. Okay, Eddie Cronenberg or Stella. What is it? Oh, this is Cronenberg. Cronenberg right now. Oh, maybe I should talk more. It keeps me off the booze. Who's going to? Is that what is that? Pump star or Put Master? They're going to be retirement in Thailand, and you've never been to Chiang Mai. When I went to I've been to Chiang Mai 3 times. It's a nice town. Problem with it, I think the word nice is not the most exciting of words. I liked it, the first time, the second time, not so much. I gave it a third shot, and I thought it was a little bit bland. But don't take my word for it. There are some people who live in um, there are some people who live in Chiang Mai who say that's their favourite place. They like the relaxed atmosphere. Hey, give it a go. Go and visit Chiang Mai. You may well like it. You may well like it a lot. Other people do. No, no. This is another thing. About the lockdown, about the potential lifting of the lockdown, and about us travelling again. What about travel insurance? Now, I was talking to someone the other day. I always have travel insurance. I have annual travel insurance, and I never leave the UK without it. I just would not leave this country without travel insurance. You'd be crazy to leave without travel insurance. And use a reputable company. Use a company that people have heard of. You know, it's usually good. Thank you, Mr. Mitch. By the way, thank you for that super chat. Cheers, mate. Good for you, mate. We really appreciate that. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mitch. It's always nice to hear from you. So, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Yeah, about travel insurance. Use a company that is reputable, one that everyone's heard of. It helps, you know. I mean, you know, it helps. I wouldn't use a travel insurance company that I'd never heard of, you know, because if anything goes wrong, people will say, probably say it's a bloody cowboy company, that is. So, what are you doing with that one? But about this virus, this is something different, isn't it? I was talking to somebody yesterday who was adamant that you, you know, if the travel restrictions are lifted, your travel insurance may not cover this virus. I mean, I'm still not. You know, I haven't looked at the way my own policy, my annual travel insurance, is fully worded. How many people, you know, when you get pages and pages of read this small, how many people actually do that? Come on, how many people actually do that? I must admit that I don't do that. But the fact is, uh, the fact is, this is something fairly exceptional. This is unknown territory. When I booked my annual travel insurance, I believe it was about 6 months ago, something like that. No one had even heard of this virus. No one had heard of it. So, are we gonna? This is another thing that we've got to consider. You know, if you're going to go abroad again, you know, John Mitch. What did John Mitch say? Did John Mitch say that nobody? Yeah. John Mitch insists that it will not be covered in any travel insurance. So there's something else we've got to worry about. You get fully insured, and it may not cover this terrible virus. How bad is that? How bad is, oh Jesus, things are just going from bad to worse. That's it. I need a drink. I'm gonna get a drink. Okay. Now for those expecting the traditional obligatory Lamb's Navy rum, be surprised, okay? I have got Lamb's Navy rum, but I've been trying this thing here. Now, what have we got here? What have we got here? Okay. Okay. Jules Clarion, oak aged Napoleon fine French brandy. Yes, product of France. Now, the reason I bought this yesterday is because it's cheap and nasty and times are hard. What brandies do I like? What brandies do I like? I like Courvoisier, which is very nice. I went off that for some reason, maybe because I was just drinking it down too quickly. Another one that I love is Hennessy. Hennessy is beautiful. Hennessy is beautiful. But the fact is that, you know, the way that I drink, I'd probably go bankrupt if I was drinking Hennessy every night. So I tried this one. What is it called again? Jules Clarion. It's a cheap and nasty brandy. It's not a cognac. I think, you know, they're cognacs, aren't they? Hennessy. What's the other ones? Courvoisier. They're cognacs. Beautiful stuff. This is a brandy anyway. It's a cheap and nasty brandy at a very reasonable price from a local convenience store. It's bloody good. It's good. It's good stuff. You know, so I always have Lamb's Navy rum with one ice cube. With brandy, so I don't do the ice cubes. I just have it straight, neater. I don't know where it is. What have we got here? Okay. Who was that then? Who was that? Who was that then? Okay. Let's see. John bet you bought the bottle yesterday. It's up at you. I just didn't start drinking 5 minutes ago. Okay, Martel. I had Martel once. Martel, and I think did I try Remy Martin or something like that? I don't think I was that keen on them. I don't think I was that keen on them. But Courvoisier is lovely, but Hennessy, that's the best one I've tried. I love Hennessy. Absolutely love Hennessy. But it's quite expensive. I'm drinking that. You know, like if it's going down there, if it's going down like, you know, lemonade every night, that, you know, that'll quickly kill my traveling plans. Okay, what have we got here? Jim McDonald, thank you. Oh, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. I had to get a real pint of Guinness on me, buddy. You deserve it. Yeah, thank you. I do drink Guinness. I am an omnivorous drinker. I drink all kinds of things. I drink Guinness, all kinds of lager, beer, real ales, rum, whiskey, brand. Oh, jeez. I'm making myself sound very, very bad or very, very sad anyway. Yeah, who's that? Yeah, thanks anyway, Jim. Cheers, appreciate that. Remy is more expensive than Hennessy, but Hennessy tastes way better though. Yeah, Hennessy is terrific. I love Hennessy. Okay, now let's see what we got now. Okay, now something about this brand before we leave this subject. Okay, cheap and nasty stuff. Jules Clairon, fine French brandy. Yeah, fine French brandy, Jules Clairon. Okay, and let's look at the label at the back. Please drink responsibly. Yeah, well that rules me out anyway. Okay, and okay, but this is the interesting bit for the UK market, and it says here, product of France. Yes, bottled by Halewood International Limited in Liverpool. Have you ever heard the likes of that? Fine French brandy bottled in Liverpool. Jesus Christ. Liverpool and French brandy, the two things just don't go together. I mean, you know, when you think of French brandy, you think of images of France, you think of, you know, Brigitte Bardot, you think of Inspector Clouseau, you think of the Eiffel Tower, you think of Provence and the French Riviera. You do not think of Halewood in Liverpool. But nevertheless, that's where this is bottled anyway. That's where this is bottled. I just thought I'd add that bit anyway. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What have we got now? What have we got now? JD with a shot of Coke. You know, JD's cool, but it's not my choice really. It's not, you know, now and again. I'll just say is now and again. It's well, that's all I'll say about JD. It's something to have it now and again. You know, I think there's not really for me. Ian Bowden, bottled in Liverpool by Polish workers. It wouldn't surprise me. Good for them anyway. Good for them. Okay, I'm not too far from JD Distillery, hardly. It's in a dry country. Okay. A lot of American ales get bottled in UK. Who's this saying? Eddie needs to do alcoholic reviews. I think you mean alcohol reviews, not alcoholic reviews. You know. Okay. Okay. Good evening to everyone. Listen, at this point, let me just say, I have been putting the videos out. I haven't just been doing these rough and ready late night alcoholic live streams. I have actually been doing making videos. I've been making videos. I put a few of them out recently, and also there's been quite a few new subscribers to this channel, which I'm really thrilled that those new subscribers to this channel, and of course all the old ones. Really thrilled about that. It seemed like only the other week I had 30,000 subscribers, and then last weekend I had 31,000, and now it's gone up a little bit more than that. So to all of these new subscribers who watch my recent videos, cheers. Thanks for subscribing. You know, welcome. I hope this channel lives up to your expectations. You may even be watching this particular live stream thinking, Jesus, this is an old alcoholic. This is. I mean, what the hell have I subscribed to? No, it gets better. It gets better. And there's a lot of people, you know, do. Although there's not many doing live streams at this moment in time, is there? You know, the thing is, whatever you think of the late night live streams, and some people like them and some people hate them. the fact is, when you're late at night and you get bored with whatever you're watching, Netflix or what's on Sky News, and I always seem to have that rubbish on. Um, it's nice to see someone who's doing a live stream. And the problem is right now with travel. This again links to travel restrictions. There's not a lot of live streams. There's not a lot of anything going on. There's not really the kind of videos that you want to see. There's not really a lot of live streams, a lot of anything. I mean, come on, let's not let we've all been dealt a blow with regards to travel, but let's not get us down. Personally, I still have been uploading some videos recently, which I've edited and worked hard for, and some of them got quite respectable views. There are still plenty more videos to come on this channel, plenty more videos. But they are quite, they're quite hard work. Making videos can sometimes be hard work. You got to spend time, editing them, and you got to make sure that you get them right. They don't always come out right, but you've still got to, you've still got to, you've still got to put a bit of time and effort into the videos. And there's another thing that I wanted to mention as well. Now, with regards to trolls, which I don't like mentioning because they're not worth mentioning, bunch of knobheads they are. Okay. Usually, any of those trolls come along, I just let them get on with it because everyone knows what a troll is. Everyone knows what kind of things trolls say. They're a bunch of knobheads, so just don't give me any attention. Just let them get on with it, right? But the one type of person I will block for my channel, I will block is cheeky bastards who try and spam on my channel. I had one the other day. Some have done it before. Someone was advertising his own channel in my comments section. Let's understand something. I've got I'm up to 31,000 subscribers. I've got over 7.5 million views on my channel now, and I had to work hard in order to get to that level. It's not a massive level. I'm not a big YouTube channel, but nevertheless, to get to that level, more than 7.5 million views for my videos, I had to work hard for that. I had to edit videos. I had to spend hours editing videos, planning, maybe writing the odd script for a video, filming, whatever it takes to do that. And it is hard work. And then, you get some cheeky bastard, like the one who come along the other day, who decided that he's going to advertise his channel in my comments section. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he put a link to his channel. I pressed a link on his channel, and it turns out that he's some fat, ugly bastard he even looks older and fatter and uglier than I do, But I blocked him. I'm not going to mention his name, but I blocked him simply because, like I said a moment ago, I work hard for my videos. This idiot doesn't want to work hard. He wants to do it the easy way. He wants to leech off somebody else. He doesn't want to put the hard work in. He wants to leech off somebody else's hard work. So he decided to spam on my channel. Now, a few of them have done that, and I blocked them. Right? Let me just tell you something, right? I have had my YouTube channel for just over 3 years now. The first year, more than a year, in fact, almost the first 18 months, was a disaster. I was doing things that nobody was interested in. I was putting the hard work into videos that no one was interested in. Having said that, there are a few videos that I made at that time which have since become popular. I've since become popular. But nevertheless, I was getting nowhere with my channel. I was putting hard work into videos. I was having faith. I was thinking, this is going to, a lot of people are going to watch this, and then no one was interested in it. And it was frustrating, and I almost gave up on my channel. Because it can be, when you're putting hard work into something, you're not getting anywhere, you will eventually feel like giving up. Okay? So I thought, this is going nowhere. Hopefully I'll make the right video, which will kick things off. But if it doesn't, I'll feel like giving up. But you know what? Even though I was frustrated and disappointed and disillusioned because no one was watching my YouTube channel back then, I still didn't stoop to the depths, the lows that these idiots do, like the cheeky idiot the other day by spamming on somebody else's channel and leeching off them, and without their permission, putting the link to my channel in their comment section. I did not steep to those lows because I simply have a bit more pride than to do that. So anyone who tries to spam to promote their own channel on mine without my permission will get blocked. Because if you do that, then you're a cheeky bastard, and I'm not going to entertain you. And I'm certainly not going to mention the name of this idiot, other than to say that he's a fat, ugly bastard. And no one's interested in his channel, so he tries to promote his channel on mine. So anyway, I've said my piece about that. Said me piece about that. To hell with them. Trolls just need to get a life. No, well, yeah, they do need to get a life, but to hell with trolls anyway. You know. I don't know. I wouldn't regard this guy as a troll. I just regard him as a cheeky bastard. You know. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's see. What have we got now? Where am I now? Let's see. A review. An alcohol review of what was it? Jules Clairon, yeah? Jules Clairon, okay. That's such a French name, that, isn't it? Jules Clairon. It's such an obvious French name. You can't be suspicious about this. But that wasn't his real name. His name was probably... his name was Joe Peggins, and he comes from Birmingham. We'll make him a fancy French name. Jules Clairon. Sounds good. Okay, what have we got now? Tintin. He wants me to say knockers. Okay, Tintin, you like me saying knockers. Jeez, you know, when I was growing up, when I was watching TV, and looking at magazines and page 3 of the horrible newspaper, which we won't mention. Knockers. It was such a sexy word. Jeez, knockers. I love that word, knockers. Because it was like, it's the kind of word that adults use. She's got a lovely pair of knockers. You know what I mean? A little cracking word that. Did Benny Hill ever use the word knockers? I can't remember him using that word. But I can't remember him using that word. But I think it was a lovely name. Lovely word, that knockers. Really sexy word, that knockers. Let me just mention something while I'm here. Those British people amongst us, right? A comedy sketch by the two Ronnies, which is voted in one poll as Britain's favourite comedy sketch. It's Four Candles. 4 candles, 4 candles. All British people remember that sketch. 4 candles. Bathroom plug, rubber bathroom. Everyone remembers that sketch. If you know what sketch I'm talking about, right? The 4 candle sketch by the two Ronnies. A lot of those sketches were written by Ronnie Barker, who used the name Gerald Wiley. It was his pseudonym, yeah? But he actually wrote a lot of those sketches. And you may remember that 4 candle sketch, but what you may not remember is the ending of it. Everyone remembers, Ronnie Barker asking for 4 candles, all this kind of stuff. Ronnie Corbett looking very, very frustrated. But you remember the ending of the sketch. It was a very obscure ending. I don't think many people remember that ending. And it was a bit obscure. And Ronnie Barker admitted many, many years later that if he was to rewrite that sketch, 4 candles, he would have changed the ending. And the ending that he thought up was far better than the ending, that is in that sketch. He said the ending that he would have thought up was that what happens is that Ronnie Barker hands Ronnie Corbett his final request on his shopping list. And Ronnie Corbett just gets so frustrated, he just storms out and goes and grabs his wife. And then Ronnie Corbett's wife comes out to speak to Ronnie Barker, who's the customer. And Ronnie Corbett's wife is this beautiful blonde, well-developed blonde with plenty of cleavage and all of that. And she takes the list from Ronnie Barker and says, "Well, sir, exactly what size knockers would you like?" Okay. No, I think you'll agree, people in other sketches, that would have been a far better ending to that sketch anyway. You know, what size knockers would you like? Okay, okay. You need to see the sketch in order to know what I'm talking about. Okay, lots of Benny Hill on YouTube. Yeah, uh, yeah, whatever. Kieran Hanna, Maria Whittaker, God, that woman, that beautiful. Yeah, knockers, yeah, knockers. Maria Whittaker, I remember she was page three girl. Page three, lovely, yeah, beautiful, wonderful. A lot of them just disappeared. Although Linda Lusardi, Jesus, Linda Lusardi. I used to look at pictures of Linda Lusardi on page three in the Sun in the 90. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention the name of that horrible newspaper, but I used to look at it on page three in the 1970s, Linda Lusardi, and she's still apparently on TV today. God knows how old she is. Good looking woman. Good looking woman. Okay, Butter and Bunny. Okay, we're getting a bit smutty here, aren't we? We're getting a bit smutty. Come on, let's change it. There's got to be something else to talk about. 225 people watching. Let's see. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Right. Final thing. I've just put a few little notes because in case I forget to talk about anything I want to talk about. Oh, this is okay. We've gone from a jokey subject to a very, very serious one. A very serious, grim one. This virus is not getting any better because it's going to explode. Now, David Miliband was on the TV the other day, and he was making some really, really doom-laden predictions. Basically what we wrote is our vote. We've all discussed the UK and what's happening in the Western world and also Thailand, which is a country that many people know. But what about other developing countries? How about Latin America, Brazil? I was watching on the TV tonight. In Brazil, they are digging many, many thousands of graves, and in the Sao Paulo area, 13,000 graves are being dug by diggers, and oh, Jesus, this is depressing. So very, very depressing, ladies and gentlemen, but this is terrible. Listen, let's cut to the chase about what we're saying. Sooner or later, this virus is going to explode in developing countries, Latin America, and we all know that a lot of these undeveloped countries are, they don't have the same, infrastructure that we have in the West. The idea of locking things down and what, oh, gee, it's going to explode. Can we really talk about that at this moment in time? But Latin America, there's some very, very undeveloped Latin American countries. Many countries, African countries that are so, they've got so much economic and corruption problems that they're not really in a position to go and tell people to social distance. Everyone stay, 2 meters apart from each other and stay indoors. They as David Miliband was suggesting the other day, this virus is going to explode in developing countries, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. It's not going to go away. Okay, I think I've just said enough. I'm sure there's more to be said about that in the future. What have we got now? Red Farang. I was supposed to be going to Pattaya in June. Well, as I said before, it's the only unfortunate little bit is that the fact is that this terrible lockdown has taken place when the peak season is over for countries like Thailand, because they would be going into a quiet season anyway at this moment in time. It's obviously it's quiet is quiet. Bars being completely shut is quieter than anything. But even so, if they was to open a lot of these bars would struggle for customers for the next few months anyway. So it's better. It's better for this virus to have come, when the peak season is over, rather than at the beginning. It's at the beginning. That's all I'm saying. Let me see now. Okay. It's very, very nice there. Okay, I'm going to finish this little bottle of my old favourite. What is it now? No, I'm not. Still a little bit of this Kronenberg. With this open Kronenberg. Keep the Fred, there you go. There we go. Here we go. Oh, lovely stuff. Hey, Kronenberg and brandy goes very, very nicely together. Jesus, man. I should be ashamed of myself. Well, I've put these live streams out. I want to do, these live streams quite regularly because at the end of the day, this is a tough time that we're all going through. There's a lot of people out there who are suffering, hard, depression, being locked indoors, and a lot of people getting frustrated. I don't know about you personally here in the UK or perhaps in America or whatever, but what I've noticed in the last week, the last few days, certainly, is that more people are starting to sneak out. More people are appearing on the roads, and more cars on the road, more people out. I think what it is, you see, I think people are, becoming a little bit complacent. They're a bit frustrated about staying indoors, and they're thinking, well, I don't know anyone who's got this. I personally don't know anyone who's got this virus, or so is it really what it's meant to be? And more people are starting to sneak out. I don't know. You may have noticed, but I've certainly noticed where I live that there are more people walking along the roads. There are more cars on the road than there have been in recent weeks, and people are getting a bit complacent. I think the thought is that, well, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to sneak out. More people are sneaking out, but you can't become complacent. This virus is a very, very, very real thing, and it's a very real thing, and it's not going to go away anywhere anytime soon. Let's all be safe anyway. Let's all keep safe and keep healthy. Otherwise, none of us are going to be going anywhere. Brian Dawson, I heard you from Geordie Land. Do you think Pattaya will return to normal? Because I've seen a lot of doom and gloom projections. It'll take time. It will take time. As I said a moment ago, Brian, it is better, if there can be anything that can be described as better about this virus. It's better that this terrible situation has come about at the end of the peak season rather than at the beginning of the peak season, because it would have been totally disastrous then. It really would have wiped out, the economy. They would have lost the whole peak season if that had been the case. But the thing is, somewhere like Pattaya is going into a very, even under normal circumstances, would be going into a very, very quiet time right now. In any year, you will go out to Pattaya in months of May, June, July, August, maybe even September or early October, and things will be very, very quiet there. There will be not too many customers around because that's low season. And also remember with these type of places, Pattaya and Thailand in general, and maybe neighbouring countries like Cambodia, their peak season is a lot less, a lot shorter than the outer peak season. The dry season. Or I should say, the wet, rainy season. In Pattaya, the peak season is only 4 months of the year. It's from maybe late. It's maybe mid-November to mid-March. Only four months of the year. The low season is about 8 months of the year. So the low season is twice as long as the peak season. So it is a good thing. It is a good thing. If there's any good thing to be coming out, that this has happened at the end. They will be going into a quiet patch anyway now, so at least it'll give them a bit of time to get things back again. You never know. That come the time when the peak season is supposed to start in November, all of this may well be out of the way with. And things, you may be going in bars in Pattaya, and it may be like it normally is. Nobody knows, but if I can't make predictions because I do travel vlogs. I talk about travel. I don't talk about current affairs issues, and nobody knows. The politicians don't know right now how long this is going to take. Let's all just hope. Let's see. Expat Pete comments. Have you 2 weeks in Phnom Penh or Siem Reap? I love both of those places. Really, really do. I've got a longer history in Phnom Penh. you know, because it's been fantastic over the years. But Siem Reap's a lovely, very, very bright and sunny town. And it's a lovely, lovely place. Cambodia is great. If you've never been there, then Cambodia is highly, highly recommended. Okay. Ernest Connell, Eddie, how long is the rainy season of time? The rainy season, it can go from like April right through to November. It can be like 7 months. No, when you say the rainy season, obviously it's it can be raining a lot of times. You may get sunny weeks. You may get times during that period of time where it's dry and sunny. But you know, when it rains in Thailand, you know, it does rain. And one thing I've never ever believed about Thailand or any neighbouring countries, and I have heard this from expats or so-called experts on it, is that don't worry about the rainy season because what happens during the rainy season, it doesn't really rain for very long. It's sunny all the time, and then for about an hour a day, it starts raining, and it really hammers it down for about an hour a day, and then the rain goes away, and it goes back to being nice and sunny again. Yeah? No, I've never believed that. I just don't believe that. Because I've been in places during the rainy season when it's rained for days and days on end, and it's been raining days and nights and days and nights, you know. So, yeah, if it was really reliable as clockwork, 1 hour a day, then I'd pick that hour and I'd stay in a hotel and do other things. But I don't believe it, and a lot of people say that, but I just don't believe it. You know, the rainy season, it can rain a hell of a lot, a hell of a lot. Who's this? Who's been flattening this care for 6 weeks now? Ah, room. Well, good for you, mate. Good for you. Let me see now. Let me see now. Okay, I've been gone for an hour now. Okay, it's late Thursday night. It is now the month of May. I think I said at the beginning of this. We are now one third of the way through the year 2020, and up to now, the year 2020 has been absolute crap. It's not a good start to the year. It can only get better. It can only get better. Who knows? I believe in the law of averages. If something gets off to a crap start, then the law of averages says that it's going to get better and better. Who knows? It's possible. It is possible that by the end of this year, we may all be traveling again. We may be in busy bars. We may be enjoying all of that these places have got to offer. You know, Thailand and various other places. We may be drinking beer in go-go bars and having a laugh and a joke. We may have forgotten about all this terrible stuff that's going on now. We may well have forgotten about it. But, you know, something tells me that it's not, because at the end, you know, when this terrible, dreadful virus is gradually getting under control, I think everyone agrees we will have an almighty recession looming over us. And no one quite knows the effects of this. It's possible that this recession may cause the Thai baht, for example, to devalue, and we may all be enjoying cheap holidays out there again. But on the other hand, it may well cause the British pound, or possibly even the other currencies, the US dollar or the Canadian, or whatever. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Our British pound at this moment in time has been crap for a good few years now. It's been crap for a good few years now, and it's not getting any better. We just don't know. But you know, let's just hope for the best. All as I know, Coco Road. Thank you, Coco Road. Thank you. That really appreciate that. Good for you, mate. Thank you. What did that person say up there? We need a what? How dare you use language like that on my live stream? Only Amalas use language like that. Mm. Well, there'll be plenty of that on the menu. Okay, well, whatever. Bertie Bowl, cheap holiday maybe, but flights will probably double in price. Let's see how it goes. You know, nobody knows this. No one knows this. Will flights double in price? A lot of those airlines are struggling. A lot of those airlines are going to go bankrupt, aren't they? They're going to go bankrupt. A lot of these airlines. Is that a good time for them to be doubling, the price of everything? I think I don't know, it's some could argue that they'll be giving it away, to get the customers in once again. Ernest Connell, Pattaya condo purchase may become interesting. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Maybe the currencies will reduce together. Well, is anyone going to be any better off then? If if the Thai baht weakens, but then the British pound weakens, and the US dollar and the Canadian, the Australian, they all, if all our Western currencies weaken as well, then who's better off at the end of the day? It's not, let's just see what happens. Red Ace, Philippines is the best place, yeah? Yeah, Philippines is cool, well worth it, well worth another visit. Well worth another visit. Let's see, Capio 78. I think airlines will increase price at least the next year. The procedure will change unless you're first in the whatever. Well, we don't know. Let's be interested to see this. Who's it? What did that person say then? What did that person say? Yeah, Rune. I was so bored yesterday. I shaved my head bald. Yeah. Well, good for you, mate. I'm really. I will give you a. For shaving your head bald, I will give you the Uncle Fester Award. Okay? Yeah, the Kojak, the Yul Brynner Award. Okay? Well done. That's interesting, that, isn't it? You see a lot of these young men nowadays who are shaving their heads. A lot of young men are going bald. I mean, in my days, it was cool to have longer hair. But a lot of these young men seem to be going bald prematurely. When I was growing up, there was only two men on planet Earth, two men in the whole world who were bald. One of them was Yul Brynner, and the other was Kojak. They were the only two bald men on planet Earth. And now all of these young men are bald, aren't they? What's the matter with them? Anyway, enough of that. Philippines is under full lockdown. I've got a friend who's out in the Philippines right now, and he's I think he I think it may have been fun to begin with. I think he's getting very, very bored now. It'll be good to see him again when he gets back. Let's see. Bertie Bowl, give the Kojak Award, he wins a lollipop. Okay, Kojak, a bald head and lollipops. How cool is that? Okay. Let's see. Telly Savalas. Kojak was the man, yeah. Too much estrogen in the world. Oh, Daniel Kelly, by the way. Nice to see you here anyway. Okay, I'm going to finish this live stream quite soon because it's after midnight. It's now the month of May. We're 1/3 of the way through this bloody awful year. The first third has been crap. Hopefully it gets better. Anything else? Okay, like I say, these live streams that I'm doing, if for some of the recent subscribers, if you've recently subscribed to this channel and now you're tuning into this live stream and you're thinking, what the hell is this? He's drinking brandy and he's drinking Kronenberg. In fact, he's so drunk late at night he doesn't even know what he's drinking. You're thinking, what the hell is this guy all about? Well, what you see is what you get. Okay, I am down to earth. I tell the truth. I tell it like it is. There's no pretensions with me whatsoever, and it's late at night, and all I'm saying is that, we've had a crap start to 2020, and let's hope it gets better, okay? Listen, if I've missed anyone who's made a super chat and not acknowledged it, it's because this text keeps going off the screen. So to anyone who, I really, really appreciate that, okay? Really, really appreciate it, okay? Thanks a lot. It makes, I like doing these live streams, and it's nice to see that some people appreciate them. Ernest Connell, cheers, thanks for that comment. Okay, listen, I'll get a better live stream sorted out before long. A better live stream. Now, what you say? Shall I finish this live stream now, or shall I finish off that bottle of Lamb's Navy rum? One of the reasons I'm doing this live stream tonight is because there's not a lot of live streams about on this particular night. I think a lot of those live streams that some of you may be familiar with are getting a little bit exhausted. People are not traveling right now. People are not traveling. There's nothing exciting going on right now. So, what the hell is there to make a live stream about? Some people have said to me, drop me a message to say, please let us know before your next live stream because I'd like to join in. It would be great to have you there, but the fact is that I have to do, if I'm going to do a live stream, I have to do it when I feel in the mood, because if I'm not in the mood, then it's not going to be good for anyone, is it? It's not going to be good for anyone. And also, I don't want to be doing live streams when everyone else is doing live streams and whatever. And but at this moment in time, there's not a lot going on anyway. The reason I'm doing this live stream is because I really want to stay in touch with the subscribers out there who are watching my channel, and he dropped me comments, and I do appreciate them all. I do try and answer as many as I possibly can. This here is a tough time. People are not traveling right now. We don't know when we're next going to be traveling. But at least let's stay together. Let's keep in touch with each other. Let's keep in touch with each other. I have my nice little YouTube channel, which I enjoy. There's still plenty of videos still to come. It's good. It's good in these troubled times. To have a little bit of a talk. Have a little bit of a talk, even if it's only once a week on this channel. I invite you to talk, and because it's not a good time right now. It is not a good time. I mean, right now I will be looking forward to booking my flight, and and looking forward to when I'm going to be on that flight, probably in the month of September, something like that. But it's not going to happen right now because there's so much doubt around. I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again. But when you book a flight, you want to book it with enthusiasm, not with doubt. You do not want to be spending money booking a flight if you've got so much doubt in your mind. I've just booked that flight, but what's going to happen next? You don't want to feel like that. You want to feel enthusiasm. But anyway, here we are. Soy Dog Cowboy. Enjoy your channel. See you in Pattaya. Okay, thank you, Soy Dog Cowboy. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that super chat. Well, I hope I can see it in Pattaya. I wouldn't mind being there. I'm starting to miss that place already. Oh, bloody good stuff there. Okay, answer for rank. Okay, Stay Frosty, yeah? Stay Frosty, where's Stay Frosty's comment on? Okay, good for you, yeah, cheers, Stay Frosty. Okay, we've got Australia. We've got Australia here. Yeah, Brian Dawson, he turned 60 on the 8th of May. That's actually quite close to my birthday, that. Turned 60 on the 8th of May, but won't be able to celebrate because of what. I don't think anyone's celebrating anything right now. I don't think anyone's celebrating. I've never known a time when so many people are miserable. I know lots of people right now at this moment in time who are decent people who want to go out to work, and they're not actually allowed to go to work. They've been told not to go to work because they do jobs which I mean, at least I'm going to work each day. I'm working in a sort of relaxed pedestrian sort of place, but you've got to be doing something, otherwise I go crazy. At least I'm going out and doing something. Because when I'm back in England, England's so boring. Where I live is so boring. It looks good, but it's a bit dull, really. I mean, it's a long day to get through if you're not working, really. So I go out and I do a few hours work every day, and I tick over. But like I say, if my life is missing anything right now, it's missing the fact that I'm going into the month of May and I haven't booked the first flight of my winter travels yet. Because usually, that is what happens at this time of year. I'll be booking my, winter travels. Okay. What have we got here? Let's see. Stay Frosty. Where do you go? What bad you hang out at? Right now, I am. Steph's right now. This is the bar that I am right now. Steph's going live. After this, Steph's going live. Okay, Steph is cool. He's the cool Belgian guy, and we're all going round to his house to have some Belgian stew. Okay, listen. This is about the length of it. Okay, seeing as you force me, I'm going to show what an alcoholic I am. Okay. Okay, the bottle's almost empty. The bottle's almost empty. It's got to make an appearance sooner or later. Jeez, it's got to make an appearance. I've got a little bottle of it there anyway, which I purchased yesterday. Whoa. Bloody good stuff. Lamb's Neck. Never get tired of it. I've said it before, but whenever I think of Lamb's Navy rum, I still think of Caroline Monroe. You know, that 70s advert, you know, beautiful Caroline Monroe. Okay. Oh, okay, you said the ice cube job, yeah? Oh, beautiful. What we're going to talk about, right? Late at night, you know, I'm going to sleep earlier than well, that's probably a sign that I'm getting old. But 2 a.m. is early for me. But I'm getting increasingly disillusioned with Netflix and, you know, Amazon. Do you ever do that? Do you ever watch late night movies? I kind of watch some brain dead stuff. I used to watch intelligent movies, but late at night I deliberately watch unintelligent movies simply because I'm a bit brain dead at this time of night. You know, I can't watch. I don't want to be watching anything intelligent, you know, in the early hours of the morning because you know, my brain's going to sleep by then. So I watch some of the most brain dead. Do you ever do that? Do you ever watch movies and then you watch it, and then at the end of it you think, for Christ's sake, why the hell did I watch it? Don't I watch such rubbish? What the hell did I watch? Oh, well, I'm going through that phase, but it's nice to have this little live stream anyway. Okay, listen, this is a Lamb's Navy rum. I've got a. They didn't have the. When I done some shopping yesterday, they didn't have the 70 cl bottle, so I had to settle for a smaller bottle. Okay, but Jesus, that is so damn good. That is so damn good. Oh, listen. Okay, I think I've run out of stuff anyway. All I'll say is thanks everyone for watching. A big welcome to all those new subscribers. A huge thanks to those who've been subscribed to this channel for a while. My live streams, you know, when I get around to it, they will, you know, they'll improve. But you know, this is late night stuff. You know, it's it's not the best live stream in the world, but I just feel that, you know, we have to connect. You know, people who watch my videos, you know, post comments, we need to connect. These are troubled times, and it's a time when we need to talk together. Okay, we need to talk because I think people who watch this channel, we all have an enthusiasm for traveling. I have an enthusiasm for traveling, and right now, what's killing this enthusiasm is not knowing when we're next going to be traveling. Okay, you know, we're going into, for those who love Asian countries, we're going into the low season anyway now, when a lot of us wouldn't be going there anyway, even though some people even have mentioned on this live stream that they have booked flights out there for months of, you know, May, June, July, whatever. That is low season anyway. But the actual peak season, the time that most of us would be likely to go out to Thailand and various, you know, Cambodia and various other countries out that way, that is still a long way off. And let us just hope. Let's just hope that they won't be back to normal by then. Not that we can't use the word normal, but let's hope that they're back to something that resembles normality anyway. Let's hope by the end of the year we can start traveling again and start enjoying ourselves anyway. Okay? Listen, I'll say thanks for watching. A big thanks to everybody who's tuned in tonight. A big thanks to everyone who's watched the videos. I'm up to about over 7.5 million views right now. Cheers. God bless you. Plenty more videos to come. And I'll see you pretty soon, okay? Good night. Thank you. And look after yourself. Let's all keep thinking positive. Cheers.